Hey everyone, it's Andy with Reverb. Today I'm checking out a fuzz unlike anything I've ever seen. It's the Jackson Audio Fuzz that is a modular design, so you could swap out your favorite fuzz circuits and tweak everything to your heart's content. You can never have enough fuzz pedals. They all bring something sonically to the table, and in an effort to have all these tools in one unit with even greater flexibility, Jackson Audio brings you the Fuzz, a modular fuzz pedal. Each analog plugin transforms the core fuzz circuit from classic smiley face Jimmy tones to soaring violin-like sustain, all the way to modern distortion. Jackson didn't stop there. Many famous fuzzes have varying degrees of upper octave. The independent foot-switchable octave circuit is equipped with an octave amount and helpful clean blend, letting you add a subtle lift to your leads or full-out screaming octave up. The Fuzz is armed with a complete 3-band parametric EQ, with crucial mid-range level and frequency on the outside, while fine-tuning features such as Q and frequency selection for bass and treble lie inside. 2 modules come shipped with the pedal, a tight all-around modern fuzz, and the Fuzz Classic Vintage, which offers a famous 2-transistor fuzz with lower gain and incredible dynamics. Other plug-in modules are available, such as the Goat Head, Fuzz Page Mark II, and expanded versions of the modern fuzz with additional clipping, and a Fuzz Classic Modern, which increases the gain of that classic smiley fuzz and tightens up the feel. The Jackson Audio Modular Fuzz runs on standard 9-volt DC power, is true bypass, and available right here on Reverb. Before we get too deep into the parametric EQ and the octave, let me just show you one of the fuzz modules or plugins that come shipped with the fuzz, and that's the Modern Fuzz. Just a great go-to fuzz tone that can be used for all kinds of genres because it's a very tight sound and has a wide range of gain. As you can tell, it's a pretty solid fuzz tone on its own without any influence of the parametric EQ, but since it's there, let's play around with a couple settings and really dial in that mid-range frequency. So as you can tell, you can get anything from those kind of cocked wah sounds to something very reminiscent of another kind of fuzz like a big muff, but this is all still the Modern Fuzz plugin. Let's move on to the octave side, and this can be used independently. And with that blend control, you could just use it as a clean boost even, or just add just a touch of octave up to any kind of fuzz tone. Now let's blend in some of the octave signal. Now let's go full octave up, and I'll increase the gain of the octave and play above the 12th fret, which really embellishes those upper octave clangy sounds. So that's just the octave signal on its own, so you can imagine how crazy it gets when you mix it in with some fuzz. Speaking of fuzz, let's move on to a different fuzz plugin, something a little bit more vintage inspired. And to contrast that last octave setting, I'm going to let some dry signal back into the mix and back off on the octave, because a little goes a long way when you stack with the fuzz. Here's the goat head module, which goes after that classic ram's head muff tone. This setting here, I'm starting off scooped with the parametric EQ, and then we'll just fine tune where we want that mid-range to set. I've also set up the octave side to have more of a clean signal in the mix, so it's actually more of a clean boost going into the goat head. Here's a module that goes after those classic bender tones of the 60s and 70s with 3 transistors, the Fuzz Page Mark II. And this one's been really tuned to sound more like a germanium fuzz, so those low gain settings are really usable and very dynamic, even with humbuckers. And of course, you could always hit it hard with some clean boost or octave up. I find that octave up and tone bender style fuzz is really not a combination you hear a lot, so it's really cool to explore. there's a modular fuzz you could easily get lost in. It's just a fuzz tweaker's dream, and you can find out more about the Jackson Audio Modular Fuzz right here on Reverb. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.